Well, hello friends. We are upstairs on my second floor and I'm trying to bring you along the process of renovating. I live in a very much over 100-year-old farmhouse and I've been taking you through all the steps in different videos, and I like to give you updates just so you can see the process, because sometimes I think renovations, when you watch them, seem really too quick, especially the ones on TV, and in real life they take a long time. And yes, some of it is the details I want to take time, but sometimes things just take time. So I want you to see where we're at, and we're getting to where I would say you see a finish line, but you're just not there yet. It's gonna be, I will say the next video will probably be maybe a final video, we'll see. Maybe not. Here what we have is, you're coming right up my steps. You can see the wood floor is now laid and it has its first finish on it. It's not completely finished because until the upstairs is done, it won't be fully finished. It will get its final sand and everything. I did just what I did downstairs, which is a real hardwood, and you can see some unused planks here. So it is a 3/4 inch, 5-inch wide white oak. That's what it is. And I did this more, I know hardwood isn't maybe as in vogue anymore. People don't do it as much. One, I like that it can be sanded in place so you don't have any bevel. Two, it can be here for the rest of the life of whenever, because it can last for so long. It can be sanded, refinished in the future. I like the idea that the floor will live with the farmhouse, and the original floor just wasn't going to be able to do that anymore. So that to me is really exciting. Now, what I want to show, I know on previous videos people are very confused because they think I don't have many outlets. Coleman Electric, who I've been using, Derek Coleman, locally here in Southeast Iowa, is wonderful, and I have plenty of outlets. You just don't know where they all are through video. So there's a built-in desk here. There are double outlets on each side for both computer stations. There's a single outlet in the middle that will actually be for a charging drawer. There will also be outlets underneath, and then I have outlets strategically in places that you don't realize. So under most windows, obviously there's outlets. These are all going to be bookcases, and I'm actually putting some outlets in them along with lighting. So there's outlets in places that you wouldn't guess. Also, you're going to notice there's no boxes. A lot of times now, outlets, the boxes are added after. The wires are roughed in. Same with any lighting. Not all the lighting is showing now, but it will be put in. So I have outlets that are exposed are going in the baseboard of rooms, and otherwise they're going in sometimes in within cabinets or wherever. Last time I did a video, the drywall was not up. Now the drywall is obviously up. It is mudded. I know there were a lot of questions. Why is it not painted? Or why was it not painted before you put the floor in? Which would make sense in some cases. Here it doesn't make sense for a couple of reasons. The first one is, on the walls I'm going to do a paneling. So a tongue and groove or a V-groove, whatever you want to call it, like a 5-inch wide board paneling that's going to be painted. That can't go in until after the floor with the trim, because it has to be kind of built in at the same time. And so everything's going to get painted at the end, because I'm actually going to do my ceilings and my walls the same color. So we'll all be able to get done at once. So it'll just have to be taped off, which is really no big deal. And that can be different for different people how that works. But speaking of color, I'll give you a sneak peek. This is not so you can tell me you don't like it. I love it, so we're going with it. But this is, I guess you call it the master bedroom. It's an old farmhouse. It doesn't truly have a master, but slightly bigger. And this is, you're probably not going to see the true color because we're having a very gray day that doesn't have the color I want. But this is the color, which is over on this wall too, where the light hits it a little bit better maybe. But I really, really like it. It's gonna work really well in both bedrooms. I'm doing both rooms the same. And actually in this room, what I love, I have a good friend who, Amy, she one time kind of said the phrase, and it has stuck in my head, and I don't remember how she placed it, but she likes to have within her rooms some version of what she sees outside. And this time of year, you see so much green from the trees right around the house. The leaves are full on my deciduous trees, like my pin oak, my maples. And I love that it almost has this effect of bringing that color in, and I like in a bedroom to feel kind of cozy. And that's what I'm gonna feel like in here. And remember, I'm gonna get asked, no, there are no standalone closets like built-in walls, but both rooms are getting cabinetry that will be fully wonderful for storage of clothing in both rooms with plenty of storage. This house never had that, so that's a big addition. But again, the outlets you're not seeing is because cabinetry over there, so there's no outlets within those, but then there's outlets that will go in the baseboard all around and on each side of the bed, plenty of outlets. Now in the other room, it's pretty much the same as the previous bedroom. It's a little bit smaller, but the layout will be the same. And you will notice this window has been taken out. That's just so they can get certain materials in from outside without going through. My downstairs is kind of tight to get to the stairway. It's an old farmhouse, so the stairway is really narrow. This allows them to bring certain materials in, they hoist them up and bring them in, which works better. But otherwise, you will see lots of green out this window too this time of year. And in the winter, that green will also make you realize, oh, even though winter in Iowa feels drab, gray, brown, dead, the green will give you a little bit of life again, which I really like. So it'll be a really nice amount of storage in both bedrooms, which, I mean, you can never have enough storage in my opinion. Growing up across the road, my mom's house, we have so much storage. This one's a little bit older and it just never had that. So I'm really excited to add some of that back in. But we also had the flooring go in the bathroom, so I want to show you that too. So the bathroom up here to me, remember this is an old house and I don't care right now about having the biggest of everything. I like using the spaces that are within this house, so I haven't added on anything to this house. The bathroom is somewhat smaller, but I really actually think it's very functional, which you're not gonna see the full layout now, but I'll try to show you. We had the floor just laid this last week, which is a small hexagon tile, which I chose something that to me would have mimicked what an old farmhouse or an old house could have had. Very simple, very nice, just like easy to, I just like it. And it's very flush with the wood floor out here too, which was important. This will be a pocket door here, just since it's a little bit tighter in the bathroom and out of it that I want it to be, just be able to be hidden when it needs to be. Now in this bathroom, I did put heat in the floor. Again, old farmhouse, second floor, winters. That feels like a dream. And it's a small space, so it was pretty affordable for a small space. Within this though, there is a built-in cabinet here that will be storage that will also hide the water closet. There is no water closet, the toilet. It will hide that though from the doorway, which is really nice. There's also a small closet in here, which is amazing, and it gives me access to my attic within the closet, which is where some HVAC for my second floor is. So when need be, we can just get up there if we need to for either maintenance or for changing anything. That was what my HVAC people actually, said we should do, and it does. It works out best in there and it's hidden. So the floor is all laid. Everything is obviously ready to go to that point. Nothing else now can happen until the vanity comes in. Once that gets put in, the countertops can go on, and then the tile I'm gonna actually do on the walls too. Very simple. I'm sticking very classic, just a nice subway tile, 3x6, really simple. Kind of, it's on here, it looks white. It's actually an off-white, I would say, or a little bit, maybe a slight antique white. I should know the real color and I don't, but I really like it. And I really like how simple it's gonna be. So it'll be in the shower. It will just be a nice surround. One thing I did do, I'm not that tall, but I'm over 6 foot. And the one thing I did make sure was I raised the height of my shower head because I hate getting into a shower and they always feel like they just hit me in the wrong spot. So this one will be nice and high so I can actually get under it, which feels like a dream. And then I also, another little thing, I think I've mentioned this in videos, but I made sure to put the on-off for my shower on the opposite side of my shower head so you can open the door, turn it on without getting wet. For me, that was something that just made so much sense. And I know I've talked about that, but it's those little things that you learn along the way that can just make life really nice and enjoyable. So this will be, it's a petite bathroom, but I really am excited because there's a lot more storage in it than I would have thought I could have had. So I can have some closet space. There'll be storage for linens and stuff here, and then a nice big vanity. And I am doing built-in medicine cabinets, just again, more storage. Storage is the name of the game, but let's go back out here. So that's at the moment where we're at. Obviously, in the next few weeks, I think a lot could really change, which is exciting too. It never feels like it's quick enough, but at the same time, you want it to be done right. You want it to be done the way you want it, and that's what's going on here. The small things excite me, like when I'm up here, this is where the office is gonna be, and I can turn and look. If you saw recently, I posted a video about a new path that was put in, and then recently, I'm gonna have a couple more videos come out showing what I'm planting around that path, but you can see that outside of this office window, and that view is something I've dreamed about. So it's bringing, to me, part of living in a space is being excited not only about the inside, but also the outside and how they're going to work together, how they're going to play with each other. And this is really an example of that slowly coming together where you can enjoy the outdoors from the indoors, vice versa, and really kind of have it come together. So that's an update. That's where we're at. I know there's been some questions and there'll probably be more, so I'll try to look through some of them because I know we all do things differently, and even in different parts of United States, there's different types of ways you remodel and the process it goes through. So until next time, I'll keep doing this, and I'm very ready to get put back together. So I'm glad I could show you.